Minecraft Dungeons is a game that tries to bridge the gap between the arcade experiences like Gauntlet Legends, Golden Axe, and Guardian Heroes while blending in the more hardcore styles like Diablo and Torchlight fame. This is all in an attempt to make the game more accessible and family friendly, of course. So does Minecraft Dungeons live up to what it's trying to achieve, or is it just another mediocre spin-off in the Minecraft franchise? The story starts off on a simple yet strong note. A tiny villager gets bullied by his elders and is cast away from his village. This villager stumbles his way into a mountain and finds the specter of creation. Overrun by the power it brings, he starts controlling the mobs of Minecraft and getting revenge on the villagers that wronged him. You and up to 3 of your friends play as the heroes of this world and start your quest spanning 10 unique randomly generated levels as you prepare your party for the showdown against the arch-illager. The story, albeit easy to follow, has some very nice animated cutscenes, all with some pretty strong comedic elements, and reminds me a ton of the LEGO games. The presentation is absolutely stunning. Minecraft voxels always have a clean and distinct art style, and the team went all out designing each level, ranging from snowy mountainscapes, upbeat farm pastures, dimly lit lava caves, and many others. For a first run through of each of the 10 dungeons, it looks really good. Environments felt pretty short and sweet, with tons of secret areas to explore and chests to open. The performance was also really great, running at a solid 60 FPS no matter how much was on the screen for both my PC and Xbox One X. I had no issues with the Windows Store edition of the game to boot. My major gripes with the game's presentation stem from 2 major issues. The first is the flawed randomly generated levels. Replaying sections made it really hard to tell which were originally new generated sections for a dungeon and which were just repeats of what felt like my first playthrough. It felt a bit too static in my taste, and I often got a strong feeling of deja vu and a lot of repetition seeped in. The second gripe was, well, again, how repetitive it can feel. Despite the designers doing what they can with the unique mob designs that match the theme of each level and sometimes changing layouts of the dungeon in themselves, the game can't really shake that feeling of that it's pulling from 3 or so map pools with very minor layout changes. That being said, however, the gameplay Minecraft Dungeons offers is a great blend of dungeon crawling and earlier mentioned arcade experiences. In Minecraft Dungeons, there's no distinct skill tree or class build. Instead, you gain various loot, each with their own passives and equipable enhancements. These can range from attack setting enemies on fires or increased speed gained after a roll to full-on HP leeching builds where damaging enemies results in an HP leech. Thankfully, loot never seems to get too stale despite some really annoying, constantly common drop rates, but when you finally get a unique item, it truly feels satisfying. My personal favorite was the poison daggers that spawn poison clouds upon every hit. Couple that with the electric lightning wave and a fire effect made for some disgusting damage outputs at an extremely rapid rate. And some beefy mercenary armor I was rocking had one heck of a tank build custom tailored for my character. But what's a good roguelike without some special skills? Dungeons has you covered with artifacts, special abilities that range from simple things like firing a firework AoE to things a bit more complex like killing enemies and stealing the souls of dead mobs, using them to heal yourself, or summoning a large laser. There are so many different artifacts to choose from, and they're all a bunch of fun to use. Even being able to summon pets as allies into battle or rain down some fire arrows on mobs below. They offer a decent amount of creativity, and when it comes to building and making your own character, they offer a decent amount of creativity when it comes to creating your own build, and it's really satisfying to pull off a perfect combo between weapons and armor that could really make the difference between life and death going into a hard dungeon. Enemy design is pretty standard stuff. You have your usual fodder like the skeletons and zombies that shoot arrows and things of that nature, all your standard Minecraft mobs, and of course we have the illagers that could spawn in more mobs in a huge cluster, block your path, and even launch explosive pillars from the ground. They can also enhance other mobs, making them much stronger than usual, and everything is just really fun to fight. It does a great job of keeping you on your toes and using your mobility, utilizing the roles and functions of that nature to keep away from enemies. Or if you're a bow and arrow kind of guy, keep away is a really strong tactic as well, coupled with the right artifacts. My main gripe with the gameplay is, once again, the repetitive nature of combat. Well, to be honest, the lack of a skill tree is really what kicks this into high gear. It would have been nice to have at least a generic skill tree that could increase your HP, your starting arrow ammo count, to make your build feel a little bit more personal. At the very least, adding enhancements on the artifacts would be a nice change of pace to the gameplay to keep it feeling fresh and incentivize me to keep grinding. Also, I really wish loot drop rates would feel, I don't know, I guess a bit more rewarding. I either go long stretches in levels exploring every nook and cranny, taking out tons of mobs, and stumble across no reward for something I went very much out of my way for, only to check the map and see something disappointing like 2 secrets or 4 chests in a really large level. And when I do get a loot drop, it always feels like I said earlier, it's just commons no matter what difficulty I'm playing on. I'm sure maybe more unique items drop on the harder difficulties, but for the 2 modes and difficulty levels I played on, the good loot was just lacking, and it really decentivized my experimentation. Aside from my personal gripes listed, me and my girlfriend had a really good time with Minecraft Dungeons. It's a charming, full of heart and adventure, a very satisfying arcadey experience with just enough depth to keep the grind feeling fresh. And with such a low price tag, or free if you have Xbox Game Pass, I think it's really worth the price of admission, although I do recommend the way you play it is getting a full party together and immersing yourself in this cute but dangerous voxel world. And that's going to do it for my Minecraft Dungeons review. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like and comment down below. And if you want to see more of the style of content, please drop a subscription and check the notification bell to stay tuned when I'm going to upload brand new content. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. See you guys next time.